YouTube? I'm Charmaine Jamil and welcome back to another video. This week's video, I wanted to share 3 tips on how to navigate friendships. I really wanted to jump into this particular topic because I am a new user of TikTok. Now, I don't know if you have TikTok, but I just got it maybe about a week ago, and I was kind of exploring, all of the different features of TikTok and of course, the search page, and it seemed like every video that I scrolled on was something about, this hoe jealous of you, or that B is not your friend because she's side-eyeing you. I hate to say that I'm getting into the age where I'm clutching my pearls about, all the language that is being thrown out there. Not to say that I don't throw 1 or 2 out myself. It was just all of this negativity that I really just kind of had to swipe off of TikTok, because I was just kind of like, that's not what I want, to consume in my life right now. However, it got me to thinking, I felt as I was looking at a few of those videos, I felt that a lot of the people in the videos were really upset about certain friendships that they had because they didn't necessarily see the signs, or they didn't want to see the signs, or they weren't very attuned to see the signs that their friends were maybe exhibiting, or even to rush it and call them a friend rather than associate or somebody, that you just know politely in passing. And those are the 3 tips that I really want to share with you today. And I know as you get older, friendships can kind of become a little bit tricky, because a lot of the friends that we may have, maybe where we have met them at, a certain job that we've had. They may be childhood friends. You may have gone to college with them. They may be like a neighbor or something. So they really become your friend really kind of through your proximities of your day-to-day life. However, if you're just really kind of thinking as you're getting older, just like myself, that you really want to be very intentional about the people that you have in your life, the people that you call your friends, these are the 3 tips that I want to share with you. Tip number 1, check the price of the glue. Tip number 2, how can you balance the me stock versus it's my turn stock? And the last tip, always check in with you. So as far as the first tip goes, checking the price of glue, a lot of times if we have friends, we're in a group of friends. And I'll never forget the one time when I was in college, this friend that I had, or the group of friends that I had, one of them made a really interesting statement that it never dawned on me what she said until I got a little bit older. But when I heard her in the moment, it really kind of vexed my spirit a little bit, because I was like, well, what do you mean by that? I remember her getting upset about something that happened, and she said, what they don't know is I'm the glue of this friend circle. I keep us together. And I was just kind of like, well, I'm not here, thinking in my head, I'm not here specifically for you, but, if I needed to dump all of y'all, I would not mind doing that if I had a specific purpose. But in her mind, she really thought that the only reason that all of us were friends together was specifically through her. And a lot of times when you have, a friend that feels like they are the glue of the circle, that means a lot of times a lot of, dinners or events or anything cannot happen if they don't say so, or if they are not present at the event, spearheading it in some form or fashion. And, and that might be okay when you're like in high school, or, like if you're in college or something like that. But being an adult and really being in charge of your story and navigating your own life, you really have to check the cost of the glue of your friend circles. So if you have that one person who is always putting out the demand of what the group is going to do, putting out the demand, this is where we're going to travel, or this is what, the group has determined that they are going to be and do, then you really have to check the cost of that glue. Because if it is making you unhappy or really having some type of influence or effect on your emotional well-being, where you may be with that friend group for the day, but then you have to go somewhere else, and then you talk about that friend group and talk about how they stress you out, then you have to check the price of that glue to that particular friend circle or just to that particular friend. So in doing that, you have to check the balance of the me stock or the you stock. I was on the phone with one of my friends, and a lot of times I think you have to know the personalities of your friends to know if you're in the mood to handle what they are going to share with you that day or not. And what I noticed about this one particular friend that I had was that she never really wanted to listen to anything that I had going on or anything that I wanted to share. I remember we stayed on the phone for 5 hours and we talked nothing about but her. The whole 5 hours was about her life, what she was doing, who she was dating, how she was this, how she was that. And I remember thinking, I cannot believe that I allowed her to take 5 hours of my day, of my time, that I could have been doing something that could have benefited me in some type of way, and really listening to her. And not that I didn't want to listen. I think an hour, maybe an hour and a half at most, if it's something like, that they're going through. But 5 hours is a bit much. And I remember talking to her when I was sharing something that was happening in my life. And she said, okay, now it's my turn. And I started to think to myself, I was like, you weren't paying attention to anything I said. You were really truly waiting until I finished so that you could share or take up whatever time we had on the call. And so as I am now in my adulthood, I really pay attention to the cost of the glue that keeps a friendship circle together. And if I want to be a part of it, that's fine. But I at least know that I am in control and give consent to either being a part of it for so many hours or so many days, or taking that control back. But also really paying attention to how much of my time am I giving to this person? Is it balanced? Are they giving that same reciprocity to me? Because if not, that's something that you need to check in with yourself, which is tip number 3, to really think about, what do I want in life? What do I want more in life? What do I want less in life? And how am I going to get that? And you really have to think about that as far as your friendships are concerned. So if you know that you may sit and talk on the phone with, a certain friend, and being on the phone with that friend kind of influences you to be a negative person or influences you to be some type of way that is counteractive to the answer of what do I want more in my life, then it's up to you to really make sure that you're making a plan of what you do want more of in your life and less of what you want in your life. I was on Instagram the other day and I happened to scroll past a video, and I'm sure he's a philanthropist, millionaire. His name's John Hope Bryant, and I'm pretty sure that you all have seen him, as you're scrolling on somewhere on social media. But there was one thing that he said that really stuck with me just from the other day, and it was, if you have 9 broke friends, you are going to be the 10th broke friend, because whatever you hang around, that is what is going to influence your life. And I started to think about that because he, it was talking about money, but I started inserting other things in there. If you have 9 negative friends, you're going to be the 10th negative friend. If you have 9 friends with bad attitudes, you're going to be the 10th friend with the bad attitude. So whatever those negative habits or whatever you feel that is not serving you to be who you are supposed to be in life, to reach your goals, to do what you need to do to better yourself. And if you have certain friends that may be keeping you away from that, then it's really time to check in with you. So I really want to underscore tip number 3. Always take the time to check in with yourself and really evaluate. Give yourself a friend audit. And it's okay if that season for that friendship has come to an end, because it's nothing wrong with wanting to meet new people that are really going to help mold you into the person that you want to be. Because remember, if you have 9 friends who are going after their goals and, reaching for the sky is the limit, you're going to be that 10th friend that is going for their goals and reaching the sky is the limit. So I just really wanted to kind of throw those 3 tips out there for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.